Howdy there. Over the past couple days, I've been testing the CrowdNode Trustless masternode feature that they're trying to get released here very soon. And it's on Testnet for the Dash cryptocurrency. So I've been working on this walkthrough and I'm just going to get into it and run through it. So to get started, you need to download Dash. You then need to install and run it. I've already done those two steps, so I'm just going to go ahead and run it right here. And this will open up the Dash core. So I've already been tinkering with a bit, as you can see. And to show you what it's like, actually, the next step is to enable coin control. So let me show that real quick. You go to Settings, Options, and under Wallet, you have this Enable Coin Control feature. You need to make sure that's enabled. Otherwise, you could run into problems. So I have it enabled, so I'll leave that. If you do not see this button and the coin control features under the Send tab, you do not have it enabled. So make sure you have it enabled. Um, so the next step is to go to the Receive tab, but we're in this old wallet. I want to use a brand new wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and create wallet. I'm going to call it CrowdNode Test D. This is, I guess, my fourth attempt. I'm going to not encrypt it. I've encrypted previous wallets, but this is testnet. It probably doesn't matter that much. So I'm not going to encrypt it. And then I'm going to click create. Now, nothing really happens that much other than this little drop down gets added. And you can now toggle between the two wallets. So in CrowdNode Test D, you'll notice the wallet is empty. But now we can continue on the Receive tab. So you go here, and in the instructions, I recommend calling it Piggy Bank. So we make a new receiving address called Piggy Bank, and that label is just for our own reference. It's not stored on any blockchain or anything, so it can be anything you want it to be. And then you copy that address, and we're going to paste it right here just so we can get to it a little easier, as we'll need to enter it a few times. And now we close that. Now we need funds in this wallet. Right now, I have this old wallet that still has funds in it, which I'm planning to use. But I would like to test this again. The last few times I tested, I tried to request from the testnet faucets and the amounts never arrived. So I'm going to go ahead and paste the address there. And I'm going to paste the address there. So that's the piggy bank address we just made. And then I'm going to request funds from both and see if they come through. So get coins. All right, it says success. You've been awarded half a dash. That's really not enough to do anything with CrowdNode. So let's go ahead and request this one too. So JHP, get coins. Success. We got 3 dash. Still not enough. We need, right now, at least on CrowdNode, we need a minimum of 100 dash. So that, assuming these come through, will give us a small amount of dash in our new wallet. Actually, look, they've already come through. So well, they're not through, they're pending, but they will come through, assuming nothing goes wrong. So that will give us a little bit and cover transaction fees. But I'm going to go ahead and send from this other wallet as well. So I'll switch back to this wallet. We're going to go to send, and I'm going to copy our address here. I'm going to enter that in the pay to. And then under amount, actually, I'll add a CrowdNode Test D. So I'll add that label. And then amount, I'm going to add much do we have? We've got 770. So let's go ahead and send 700 over to this wallet. And this wallet is encrypted. You can see that icon. So when I click send, it's going to ask us to enter the passphrase. Right, so we entered it, selecting send. This is looking right. The address is matching. All right, so send. So this should start the process, but it might take maybe up to 15 minutes, but I can switch back to the other wallet here, and it is already seeing. Ooh, that's interesting. I haven't seen the lightning icon before. Verified via instant send. Interesting. Okay, so we do see it pending, but like I said, that might take up to 15 minutes, so we'll wait for that to come through. And while we're waiting for that, I can go on to this next step for setup CrowdNode. So let's go into CrowdNode, and it's got this page. If you go to test.crowdnode.io, you click login, and it shows you this. We go to sign up, and we'll enter our credentials here. I'm going to do this off recording, and the next time I'll just show it after you've logged in. But you will need to enter a valid email address because you'll need to verify you'll get an email verification. You have to click a link in. So I've entered a email address and password, and then I have set up the TOTP, which gets us to this screen. So you click continue. Shows you this. It says email not verified, and this is where you've got to find the email and click the link in it to proceed. But if you click login, it will take you back to this page, and you actually need to click login again. But before you'll be able to log in here, you need to verify your email. So I'll go do that real quick. All right, so I verified the email, and that gets us to this stage. So we're past all of this first stage here, and we're on to verifying. Well, we've already verified. Now we need to accept the terms. So once we click this, we'll see some more tabs show up here. There we go. We need to go back to profile, and we need to verify. So we'll do country info right there. Now it asks for personal information, so let's just fill out some stuff, and I'm not too concerned about the information as this is testnet, so I'm just entering bogus stuff right now on real CrowdNode. It might need to be real, but so let's do that. And I know 210, is that the zip code of Beverly Hills? Let's see. Beverly, that's not right. Beverly Hills. All right. And save. All right. You can optionally enter a phone number. I'm going to go ahead and skip. And now you go to entering the address. And this is where the piggy bank address we created comes into play. So we paste that in there. We click save. And it'll take a moment to verify this. They have to run on the servers. So backend validation pending. So we'll wait for that. In the meantime, let's take a look at the Dash wallet here and see if any transactions have been confirmed yet. It looks like none of them, well, one of them has been confirmed because it was an instant send, but the others are still pending. So we'll go ahead and go back to here and refresh. Well, let's not refresh. Let's go ahead and click there. Still pending, so we'll wait a little bit longer. And once this is validated, it will add another tab to funding here, and we'll get a check mark next to tier 2. So we'll be tier 2 and be able to fund our CrowdNode account. Let's give it a refresh again and see. Still not yet. And it looks like it's finally validated the address. So we're tier 2 now. We've got this funds, and voting tabs there. So on the funds page, now we need to add funds. And we have to add funds before we can actually do anything on the trustless page. It uses the funds in there to pledge. So we go to funds. We've got this page here. If you click into that link, it gives you some details that are, I skimmed them, and actually step 2 was quite important. You need to make sure all of the funds you're sending are from the piggy bank address we created here. And there's a special way to do that, which I'll show. But I'll go ahead and check that, check this, and then it shows us this information here. And in that information is the address we need to send to. So let's go ahead and go back to our wallet. Ah, cool. And just in time, our wallet has gotten the 700 dash, and that's been validated. So we can go in here and we can say pay to. This is the CrowdNode address. I'm going to say CrowdNode fund as a label, which will just add it to our contacts here. Once that gets added, it'll be easier to reference it in the future. And this is where you have to send, it says, from your address, this address, the piggy bank. And inputs is where you do that. So notice we've got 3 different versions with the 3 different amounts that were sent to this address. Sometimes one of these addresses is different. And if you send from that address, which can happen automatically if you do not select this button, you can try to fund the account from the wrong address, and CrowdNode will not connect it to your account. So you'll have to contact someone, and you could potentially lose funds. In any case, all of these are the correct address, so I'm going to select them. Then I'm going to come in here to custom address or custom change address, and I'm going to put that same piggy bank address here. The change address is essentially like if you go to the store and you buy a hamburger and it is $7 and you pay with 20, the change address is where you get the $13 back. If you enter that as the piggy bank address, it all ends up in that wallet, and then when you look here, it will still be in the correct wallet. If you don't do that, it will generate a new address and store it there, and that's one of the ways you can get in this situation where you're sending funds from the wrong address. Now, they also recommend sending a starting deposit of 0.1. So I will do that just to show that. So 0.01, and we'll go ahead and click send. We'll verify this information looks correct. It's coming from the CrowdNode Test D to CrowdNode Fund. That looks right. So let's click send. Now, we will have to wait for this to complete, or potentially we will, but it should update this within a minute to even show the pending amount. Right, and there we go. The 0.01 dash is showing up. So we know it got connected to the CrowdNode account and was sent from the right address. So let's go ahead and send again. We're going to select the contacts here and select the CrowdNode fund, choose. We're going to send the entire 700 this time, less the change we got from the faucets. We're going to go to inputs here, and notice that it consolidated it all into the piggy bank. So we'd actually be fine not selecting this, but I'll select it. And I'm going to go ahead and click send. And we're sending to CrowdNode Fund from the CrowdNode Test D, so send. All right, and we'll wait another minute or so here, and this should show up. and it looks like it's showing up under the total entrusted balance, even though it's probably still pending or unconfirmed. But we're going to go down here to Trustless now. And look at that. We've got any of these options. We could just fund by 100, but we want to do 700. And the reason is because this should be my other attempt that I've done, the 300, which means I should be able to get through the rest of the process signing both sides. And essentially, it'll set up a master node with 2 of my own accounts, assuming this other 300 really is my other account. We'll select 10 days, and then we need to enter the pub key. So for this, I already know how to do that, so I'm just going to walk through it. We go to console here. So we go to window, console, make sure we have the correct wallet selected, CrowdNode test. You might just have a default and not even see that option, but if you do have multiple wallets, you'll need to select that. And then we do a get new address. That gives us this address. We copy that, and then we do get address info. And we paste that, and that gives us the pub key right here. So we copy this pub key, come back here, and we paste the pub key in right there. We click save. So now it says pending backend validation. So we'll wait, and it says about 10 minutes sometimes. Well, actually, it says may take up to 5 minutes, but sometimes it says 10 minutes. In any case, it shouldn't be that long. It's usually under a minute. All right, and it looks like it's validated the pub key. So now we do click to sign, which we get this message to copy. So we're gonna, let's go ahead and just click copy and see if that works. And we take that and we paste it in here. So that gives us this message. We could also take this address, go to file, sign message, paste it right there, and then we take the message ready and we do that here. So if we click sign message there, this should give us either the same signature or another valid signature that will be the same as this if we enter that there. So that looks roughly the same. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste that in right here and request verification. And this will also take another couple minutes. But once the verification is done, it should get us to waiting on other pledges from other members. But this should fill this bar, which means hopefully my other account with the 300 pledge is this one, which means it should start processing all this backend process and get us to sign. And this is where I haven't actually been able to get to this stage yet because I've apparently been waiting on other people to sign before I can get there. So hopefully it'll let me get to this stage this time around. All right, and it looks like our signed message has been validated. So it is saying waiting on pledges from other members. However, this shows it's fully pledged. So I'm hoping this won't take very long. It will realize it's full and get into this backend process. The downside is I'm doing this in testing with fake testnet. Well, it's not fake. It's real Dash, but generated on a testnet that people don't use for real purposes. So, and the testnet could be wiped out. So you don't have money you can rely on here. But because I'm working on that, if I can do both sides, I could hopefully expedite this process. And hopefully, if you go into pledge like this, and because people have real Dash on the line, which may represent or hopefully represents real money to them, they won't like lose track of things or be delayed. But theoretically, this process could take a while you're just waiting on other people to sign or make pledges. So I'm really hoping that's not the case with this. But it could be the case in a live mainnet scenario. Gonna go ahead and close the console. We won't need that yet. Oh, that's interesting. I was expecting that to be done already. Hopefully that finalizes soon. It might actually be that may be why this is not finalizing. It could be waiting for this to be confirmed. Hopefully it will be soon. It looks like it was close to 10 minutes ago, and usually it's within 10 to 15 minutes, so hopefully soon. And you know what? I just got an email saying the pledge pool is formed with your pledge. So well done. Pledges prepared and locked. Ah, awesome. The pool is formed. I did get 2 emails, so it should be both of my accounts in this master node. And so now I just have to wait for these backend processes. Once this gets done, I'm fairly certain I'll have to sign in the order that I made the pledges in. So I'll need to sign with the other account, and then I'll sign with this one. So the other account is, I believe, this one. So let's go ahead and go to Trustless again and see if it refreshes. And look at that. We're seeing roughly the same page. Okay. What's it showing? Yep. So it's on that same stage here. Locking pool funding, staging address. All right, so now it's just a waiting game for these processes to complete. Then once they're complete, we'll see which one has to sign first, which I'm pretty sure the signing information will show up around here or maybe in a step 2 box, something like that. While I'm waiting for updates in these, let's go ahead and add another item here. So we've got now provide the pub key for your Dash wallet. I will add, so once pub key is validated, click the sign. Let's do sign button. That's not the sign button. It's, whoops, didn't mean to do that. We want the click to sign button. Oh, that's a snafu there. All right, so once the pub key is validated, click the click to. I don't like the click, so I'm gonna say press the click to sign button and copy the message. Let's see. This is run through in this other knowledge base article. So it does
Sign?
click to sign.
Copied the
And so we want the sign message ready. So once pub key is validated, press the click to sign button and copy the message in copy the message and paste into the debug console. Copy the hash output by the debug console and paste into the box next to the request verification button. Let's do that. Then press request. Then press the button. All right. Go ahead and check these other windows here and see if there's any updates here in the backend process. Ooh, awesome. So creating a masternode funding transaction. So that's good progress there. Let's go back here and update this one too. Awesome. So we should be at the signing stage very soon and be able to wrap things up, hopefully. So I'm wondering if I should actually separate this out into a step 5 or not. It might make more sense to be attached to step 4. But for now, I'm going to do step 5, sign, validate, and finalize. Pledge. Okay. So this sign, validate, and finalize pledge is walked through in this video already, which if you open this up here,
message, and then you need to paste it in the box, and now you have pledged your amount. Please wait a minute or so for the system to validate, and then you're listed. You'll then be notified when you have to sign further on in the process.
I guess it's not actually walked through in that video. It's walked through further in the article down here. But I believe I've seen that in a video. So it is walked through somewhere in one of the videos. But you have to run through this stuff. And so this is why this article is handy, is once we get to this stage. So once these ones update, we'll give it a refresh and see. Nope, still in progress. So once we get past this into sign and validate, we'll need this information. Woohoo! All right. I just got an email saying ready to sign. Let's refresh this one real quick. What's it show? So it must be this window. So this is, I believe, the first one that I pledged. Yep, call to action, sign. And where is it? Okay, so we've got a step 2 here. Sign, refund transactions. Normal refund with time lock shared, check transaction. So let's see. We copy this text into the debug console of Dashcore to validate the transaction. Decoded transaction should look similar to this. Let's make this a little bigger, I guess. There we go. Okay, so let's copy that. We go to our Dash wallet. I believe I closed the console, so let's open it. I'm going to go ahead and clear the console. Let's paste that in there. Okay. And yeah, that roughly looks like that. It's got the Vout. Okay. So close. And then we go to click to sign. Copy the below text into the Dash Core console to get your private key for signing. Okay, so copy and paste. Private key for address is not known. Ooh, that's interesting. Wonder why that is. Oh, I think I know. I'm on the wrong wallet. So I believe this is wallet C. So I need to come here, open, and open test wallet C. And if we go here and we change to this one, let's try again. Wallet. Aha, there we go. Okay. So we copy that. Using the private key from above, please copy this text into the debug console of Dash Core and replace your private key in the designated area. Insert private key. So I'm going to actually add a line. We're going to take the private key here, copy, and it said there is an insert private key. Is it too? Oh, it's not wrapping. Darn it. Where's word wrap? View. What? There's no word wrap option? That's annoying. Okay. Well, there we go. So insert private key. So paste that. Okay. So now we can copy this back, paste this in here. Okay. So we get this signed transaction. We need to copy it. So copy, result here, request verification. Okay. So now we're on to create emergency fund. We can check it like so. Go right here and paste that. And it shows us the decoded transaction. Yeah, that looks similar. Okay. And we click to sign. So we need the private key again. And we need this. I'm going to try to do it in console this time. So we paste that, copy the private key, and somewhere here in the console, there should be the insert. Yeah, this, even though I didn't have word wrap on, it was a little bit easier. There it is. So paste and enter. Now, I believe I saw that this was possible, that it would complain. So it says unable to sign input, invalid stack size, possibly missing key. But I think a video demo I saw said that was okay. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this in. Maybe I'll glance at this real quick. We're on the second stage with the emergency fund refund transaction. I guess it doesn't, I'm not seeing what I saw in the video here, but let's go ahead and try this. I believe I did it correct, so it should work. Although, you know, I'm going to go ahead and copy this again and go back to my text file. So this is the second one. We need the private key again. I'll copy that. Gonna scroll over to insert, paste that. Okay. So let's try this one more time and just make sure it's not a mistake on my part. Yeah, it looks roughly the same and has the same error. So let's assume this is right. I'm gonna copy that and paste it again. Request verification. Okay, and now emergency fund or refund with penalty. We can check it. Let's copy, paste that in there. All right. Looks roughly right. Okay, and click to sign. Dump private key. And I'm gonna again do this in the text editor. So copy and paste there. All right, so let's copy this, paste it in the console. Another error. Let's copy and just say request verification. Okay. And what's it say? Other members. So let's go over to this other wallet here. And let's see. Well, it hasn't updated here yet, but maybe it'll take a minute or two, kind of like the other validation stages. All right, and I just got the email that I can sign with this one now, so it must have validated some signatures. Let's refresh here and see what it says. Call to action. Ooh, that's interesting. I guess I've done everything I need to, so it's not. So it's acting like I could start a new process if I had funds. All right. That seems potentially bug-ish, but we'll see. All right, so I need to go through this process again. We checked the transaction, but I believe I'm going to need to switch to test D. So let's check that. Click close, click to sign. Get the private key for this wallet. And that works, so I think I'm in the right wallet this time. Let's I'm gonna remove these ones. Paste that there. And we need the private key. Copy and paste. Okay. So we paste that in here. Signature must be 0 or failed. Interesting. Let's see if the signature verifies or not. I'm not gonna check this one. It's a test account. I'm getting. If this were real Dash, real money, I would care more about that, but because it's not, I'm not going through that every single time. So I believe that should be right. Yeah, okay. So let's copy and paste that. We get this message. Copy, paste. Okay. And now we're on the last one. I'm going to copy that. Go down here. Let's see. Copy and paste. Right, and paste that. And copy. Just a lot of copy pasta. Request. Okay. So that might be it. Or maybe there will be a step 3. So that is weird that this is no longer showing me that information. Slightly concerning. So I'm wondering if that's a bug. But this is the first time I've gotten to this stage, so deposit trustless pledge. Funding status explained. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what will happen from here, as it's clearly not showing in that other window. I was thinking it would stick around until this. Yeah, that might be a bug. Because it is saying the trustless pledge is that right there, and this one has the 700. That's correct. I'm a little leery of refreshing this page and losing this information too if it happens on both accounts. So I might just pause here and wait a few minutes and see what happens. All right. So sadly, after finalizing that last stage, the UI just resets back to normal, and I haven't found a way to see the current state of things. However, I did get an email that says all members have signed the transactions and the final transactions are ready. Last point is to sign that you have received the refund transactions. With these, you always have control of your collateral. So please head over on the platform for the final approval and let's get the masternode running. So I got 2 of those emails, so to both of the accounts here. But it does say head over on the platform for the final approval and let's get the masternode running. But let's see if there's any references on any other pages. So nothing there. Funds. Nothing popping out here to me. Voting. It shouldn't be on voting, I don't think. I'm not even going to scroll down more. Insights is the same as home. Profile. Not there. And trustless. Yeah, so this has got to be a bug. And I can't. There's nothing to click here. Okay, so there's a bug here. All right, that stinks. And to wrap up this video, I've updated this step 5 with as much information as I have at this point. I'm gonna refresh this one more time, see if there's any updates. No, it's It appears to be reset still. And let's refresh this one too, just in case. Yeah, so it's reset to the initial stage. In the email I received, I detailed it as a bug here. So on the final stage, after signing the normal refund and emergency refund transactions, the user interface for the Trustless page resets the initial UI pre-pledge, but you receive an email instructing you to head over to the platform to finalize everything, which seems impossible with the UI reset. This is what I'm talking about. This is, if I still had funds, it looks like I could start the process again. It doesn't seem, I haven't been able to find it anywhere. So I detailed the subject and body of the email, and then I point to where it's this step. We can't do that. And it sounds like this step would be signing, similar to what I showed here with sign message. I think we would sign a final step, and that should be showed in the UI, but it's not showing that. And that's what would get the node going. So essentially, unless this can be fixed and I can get to this third stage, this is in limbo, and I'm assuming it will eventually expire and then return the funds. But luckily, this is on testnet, but if this happened on mainnet, it would be pretty upsetting if I had just sent 700 real dash to CrowdNode and it kind of went into limbo like this. So I'm going to wrap up the video here, and maybe I'll do another video once I've verified this entire process works, and hopefully I can get it down. I was hoping this video would be down to 15 minutes at the most, maybe even 10, but there's just kind of too much to cover so far, and there's so much waiting that I do try to pause it, but yeah. Anyways, I'll wrap it up here. So thanks for watching, and please consider liking, following, subscribing, all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you, and have a good one.